And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for the new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom. Now, this is the fifth movie in the Jurassic Park franchise and the second movie in the Jurassic World franchise as well. And of course, it stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And this movie takes place a couple of years after the whole tragedy of the park fell from being open to the public and all that tragedy that happened. So there's an active volcano in the island where the park was, and it's about to explode, and all the dinosaurs are still there. Now the government decides, well, what should we do with these creatures? Should we just let nature take its course and have them destroy them again and not worry about it, or should they decide to save them? Well, you'll find out when you watch it. So, you have Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. She's now, like one of those animal protection people. So she decides she wants to go over there and help the animals. But, somebody very rich has decided, he can give them a sanctuary for all these dinosaurs. And he wants to at least bring a couple of species to this one particular island where they all run free. No volcano problems, no nothing. And they want to save also Blue because it's the last Velociraptor. So she decides to get Owen, played by Chris Pratt, to go along and basically try to help these dinosaurs stay out of extinction again. So overall, this movie is fun. I really like this movie a lot. I prefer the fourth one a little bit more, but hey, I'm a big Jurassic Park fan overall. But like I said, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I mean, the characters are great. Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, and Chris Pratt's Owen, they're great characters. The little girl in the movie, she was good. There was a couple of scientists. One of them was great. One of them was pretty much the most annoying thing I've ever heard in my life in a movie. Nothing wrong with the actor, but his character was just wasn't poorly. He was poorly written. I didn't like his character at all for one of the characters. Anyway, and the villains, the typical villains, whatever. The villains are just there. They just there to do their thing, and there's nothing new with them and nothing old with them. It's just we're used to it. So, and of course, the stars of the movie obviously are the dinosaurs. And obviously there's a new dinosaur that they create. You know the story. Basically it's a similar story as the last one. And they have to stop it. Pretty much great stuff. You guys will see some great dinosaur action. You got to see our good friend the T-Rex. That was cool. Overall, like I said, the story plot is very simple. It's a very simple plot. I think all the Jurassic Park kind of follow it. Does it get tainted a little bit? Being the same story, kind of, I think it kind of follows the fourth one a little bit with, the whole creating a new dinosaur and look what happens. And then, there's a plot in the movie also. It kind of feels like it has two plots in this movie where, I don't want to spoil it, but the bad guys do something with the animals that it's like, okay, it's different, but, it's not exactly, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. It's so brilliant for bad guys to do. It's just, there was a nice different change, to put it that way, for what they did. Obviously it's been done before in other movies, other things, but it was different. For me, it was a nice little change for the franchise. The ending of this movie, I had a thought about the ending. I like the ending, but I'm also afraid of the ending due to what they could do for the third movie, because I like this franchise, and I like when we have the dinosaurs and doing their thing, but how far can they go? You know what I mean? I just hope in the third one, because with the ending, it kind of feels like it can go really ridiculous and be completely bad, or it could be completely good. Other franchises have done something similar to this, and when you watch it, it's gonna remind you of one particular franchise that I think a lot of people like. Came out a couple of years ago, so I'll give you that. And overall, like I said, this whole movie worked for me. I liked the characters. I like the little change with the villains a little bit, even though they are kind of corny. But there was one negative I had, and that was just that one character. He kind of annoyed the heck out of me throughout the whole movie. The little girl was cool. Obviously, the kids in the movie, whenever there's a kid in a Jurassic Park movie, they always do a really good job. Obviously, Chris Pratt's amazing. He's great. Bryce Dallas Howard, she's awesome. So she worked. No high heels this time, so at least that. Except one scene, but it wasn't really an action scene. It was just more her just when you first meet her. That's pretty much it. But other than that, it was awesome. No complaints this time about the heels, because remember the last one, I think everybody had the same complaint. Anyway, but overall, solid movie. Liked the movie a lot. I still prefer the fourth one. Overall, obviously the first one is always gonna be my favorite. Second one is also my favorite, minus that ending. That third act. But the first half of this movie is great. The second half is also good, and then the third act, it's good, but then it also I have questions about it moving forward. You know what I mean? So there you go. By the way, there is an after credit, so I highly suggest. It's nothing major, but it's a fun little credit. So just stay to the very end if you're interested. So if you want to watch it, just stay to the very end. And like I said, overall, I like the Jurassic Park franchise. I'm very happy that Universal's doing a very good job with these movies, and obviously he's making a lot of money this weekend. So congratulations on Universal for that, and also Comcast. So because right now they're trying to get Fox. So who knows? Let's see what happens with that. Keep our fingers crossed. So Anyway, overall, like I said, I had a great time with this movie. I'm a big fan of these movies. I like all of them. Do they get cheesy at sometimes? Sure, but they're fun. You know what I mean? They don't take themselves seriously. That first Jurassic Park movie is never going to be matched. No matter how great the fourth one was, the fifth one is, they make a sixth one, which they are. And of course, if they ever make a 7 or 8, it's never going to touch the original one. The original one's always going to be great, but at least these movies are fun. But if you don't like them, hey, that's cool. No problem. You always got the original trilogy. But if you like these movies also, you have a whole saga. Just like Star Wars, I feel like Jurassic Park now has become that second franchise is just as beloved as Star Wars. Not as high as Star Wars. Star Wars is all the way up here. But then Jurassic Park is like right here. The franchise is right here. There are movies a lot of people love. The original trilogy, obviously from Star Wars, and then of course you have the prequels. Some people like them, some people don't. So it's like the same thing with the Jurassic Park franchise. Some of them will love that first one and don't like the others, or they love all of them and they just don't like the last two. So it's all depends on the person's interests. But personally, like I said, I like all of them overall. So I highly recommend go checking it out. If you're a fan of this movie, just have fun. It's a great fun film, and you won't be disappointed. But if you are, well, sorry, I can't help you with that. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.